How'd the first day go, Sauce?
It felt good. I wasn't really doing as much. I was conditioning, but I was still leading the other guys. It just felt good to be in the Jets uniform. I wasn't having to do no training for like my 40 and all that. It just felt good to be able to do the things I love to do.
What type of impact do you think you can have year one in this defense? Now you're getting to see what this defense plan is for you. So what type of impact do you think?
I think I can have a good impact. I just come in. I know I have vets there. I like being a sponge. So, I just want to soak up as much information as I can from those guys. Be the best teammate that I can be.
What are your goals as a rookie?
Like I said, I just want to be the best teammate. If we talking general goals, I want to do anything I can so that way we can win. I'm a very real team-oriented guy. So whatever I can do to win, that's what I'm going to do.
You got number 20, so obviously I know you're a big Ramsey fan. How much did being a fan of Ramsey contribute to you trying to get number 20?
I'm not sure. When I was just up here a couple weeks ago, we was talking about numbers. I told him rookie minicamp I would wear 20. I am a fan of his game, but I didn't really think about it as much when it came to me getting that. So it was just something that I said I wanted for rookie minicamp. Until we get everything else sorted out.
So the number's probably going to change?
That's kind of likely. We just have to stay tuned.
What is your experience playing zone? It's well documented. You're a top shelf man-to-man corner. What's your background in zone?
I like playing zone. I feel like it's easier, but I like it a lot. When it comes to zone, I like knowing what everybody around me do, so that way I know where to be and when to be there. So I think I'm a great zone player also.
You spent a lot of time in press coverage at Cincinnati. So what are some things that you look for in a receiver when you're pressed to guard them in those situations?
As far as my prepping for the game?
No. Well, yeah.
Or are you talking about when I'm lined up?
Yeah, when you lined up. Yep.
I like looking. Well, I can't give you the little cheat code. You know what I'm saying? Everybody say the waist, so I just keep it there at the waist. But I have something different that I look at. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want the other receivers to see that and then be trying to do stuff differently.
Sauce, what was the first day of Jet practice like compared to every other first day of practice throughout the rest of your life?
Man, it just felt good. It's like a dream come true. When you get in college, you still trying to put that work in to get where I am today. So, it just felt good, but it's still square one for me at the same time. So I feel like I have a lot to prove. It really kind of felt like it felt when I first got to Cincinnati my freshman year. And I still had the same mindset, mentality. I don't think I'm too good for anybody. I still am the great teammate that I am today, that I always been. So, it kind of feel the same as when I was a freshman in Cincinnati. It haven't hit me yet that I'm, in the NFL. It still haven't really hit me yet.
So I read a story about your mom and what she meant to you throughout your life, and Mother's Day, Sunday. Have you been able to give her anything special since you were drafted, or what's that been like?
Not yet. She probably was expecting something right after, but me and my brother, we're gonna surprise her with something. We don't want her to know when it's coming. We want it to be so surreal for her. I mean, either way it goes, she's gonna be astonished. She's gonna be so happy, but we want to catch her off guard with it.
What has she meant to you in your journey?
I mean, she meant the world to me. Just seeing her always work multiple jobs. She worked at a plant, where mostly men work. So just seeing her be able to, just put that work in so that way she could provide for her children, that just meant the most. Growing up, I couldn't get the things I wanted, but, she always made something happen. So I'm in a position where, we can flip-flop. Now I can make anything happen, for her. So that's a tribute to God.
At Cincinnati, you guys turned things around there, and it seemed like Luke Fickell and his program would take prospects and really develop them. And you guys had 3 guys picked. There might have been another one I missed, but 2 corners, Kobe Bryant and Cook and yourself. How did you guys turn into this great defensive back school, and how much the development of the coaches have to do with it?
And they prided themselves on developing the guys that they brought in. We just had to buy into the program, buy into their vision that they had. If you weren't buying in, you weren't going to be on the team. So we knew, like, Coach Fick, he was a great guy. He coached at Ohio State. He always been around powerful people, so we knew he knew what he was talking about. So we just all bought in. And I could say for sure, me, Kobe, and Brian Cook, we all bought in. And that's why we're who we are today.
How big are you on film study? And are you the kind of guy, teammate-wise, who will see something in maybe some other player and kind of point it out and be like a mini coach?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. It don't matter how young I am, how old I am, I still try to help others, especially if I see it's something that they could work on. Like I said, I don't feel like I'm too good for anybody. I study film a lot. As Cincinnati having to play like press coverage, you better be studying film a lot or, you're going to get beat a lot. So, I always prided myself on studying film, knowing what the other 10 guys on the defense do. So I know what windows they're going to be in and how I should play my man. So, I study film a lot.
Have you and DJ Reid been able to connect? And if so, like, what type of advice has he given you so far?
No, we haven't really been able to connect. I was basically saying I was going to wait, until I'm here and he's here at the same time. It'll be better, we in person talking man to man. But what I've heard from other people, he's a great guy, and he's definitely a guy I would love to be around and connect with.
Who are some of the receivers you covered? Scouts like to see how the elite corners matched up against the elite receivers. What are some of the matchups over the years you remember as far as facing really good targets?
Jamison Williams, he was good. Calvin Austin from Memphis was good. I mean, my skill of the receiver being good could be different from like what y'all think. So like, I would say those two guys. Jamison, he had the speed. Calvin Austin, he was a short guy with the, he was real quick. So I would say those two guys.
You ever meet Revis or be in touch with him? And what is your impression of him and what he meant for this team?
I mean, he was a great player. I enjoy watching him. I haven't been able to meet him yet, but that's on my bucket list. I've talked to some people in the organization, and we're getting that handled right now. Everybody look at him so highly. That's part of the organization, and that's kind of how I want to be. When I retire, I enjoy being a Jet already, and I know the future is real bright for me. And I can't wait.
What was the connection like with Coach Saleh, the Detroit roots?
I would say it was an immediate connection. When we first seen each other, we just smiled, before we even said anything. So, that's just kind of how Detroit people are, And then when we got to talking, it was all in the pudding right there. We really enjoyed each other's company, and I think he's a great coach and even more so a great person.
What have been some of your impressions with Tony Oden, just getting to know him and knowing that he's going to be able to help you some of your development?
I mean, he coached guys like Sherm, Darius Slade, Xavier Howard. So I already knew like he was gonna know what he was talking about, and as we was able to work together, he proved me right. He's a great person. He's from Cleveland, real funny guy, but he know what he's talking about at the same time. So he's the type of corner coach that I want.
Did you see the video of Saleh when he called you and just yelled sauce? How much of a kick you can get out of that and still see it?
Yeah, I seen it. It still be popping up on my timeline on social media. It just made me smile. I was real happy because it made me feel like I was wanted. A lot of people be wanting to go to these teams and want to go to these schools and college, but if they don't want you, then there's no point of you like being there. So I really felt wanted, not only from the coaching staff and the rest of the organization, but from the fans. The fans, they welcome me with open arms, and I just can't wait to do whatever I can for the community.
Is there No, go ahead.
It's pretty universally praised draft class from the outside in. Can you talk about the anticipation and excitement from within as the center of that draft class?
I would say we got a lot of good guys, a lot of great guys, great people, not only just great players. You know, the majority of the guys that were drafted with me, I trained with them at Exos in Frisco, Texas. So, like, I feel like it was all God's plan. It's like I was watching the draft, and I'm like, dang, that's Brees. Dang, Jermaine. Dang, Michael Clemens is just all type of guys I already trained with, so I was familiar with them. You know, Garrett trained at Exos, just at a different location. So I was pretty much familiar with everybody. You know, so, you know, I just can't wait to see the impact that we have on the team.
So you said you were training with Clemens as well, or no?
Yeah, yep.
We were just talking to him a few minutes in here. What's your impression of his personality and kind of his swag or the way he handles himself?
I like him. You know, he different. Y'all see the type of guy I am. I'm more, he about business. And he played D lineman. I'm not just saying it's a D lineman thing, but those type of guys you got to have on your team. You know, he about business. He the guy you want to go to war with on the field. You know, he not going to let you down. You know, he put the work in the weight room on the field, and those type of guys I like to play with.
He said he used to be a running back. How would you go about tackling a running back like that?
I don't know, man. You got to give it your best shot. You know, but I can't even picture him being a running back. That's a little different right there.